I said salute to the untouchable True School Sports Empire.
That's
Taking
right, the
over
untouchable.
not only the South Florida boxing scene, but the worldwide boxing scene.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I'm going to keep it all the way a buck in this video. I'm going to keep it all the way a stack, be very, very honest, and be very, very real, because it's funny how in boxing, right, you can go through the stages of how you feel about a certain matchup or a certain fight. 1 month, couple months, you feel differently, and then you arrive back to your original thoughts about the fight after some things transpire. And that's exactly what's happened now with this whole Crawford Spence thing. You know, a lot of you guys out there, including myself, you know, I have somebody that's close to the situation, have told me that November 19th is the day that this fight's gonna happen. It's September 30th now, as I'm shooting this video. It's gonna be October 1st tomorrow, so it wouldn't really make the most sense monetarily speaking to promote a fight when it's only like, what, 6 weeks out? So November 19th is looking very, very unlikely, to be honest. And now we're being told that by Steven Espinoza that negotiations are still ongoing, that they're not gonna make things public. Don't believe anything you read, you know, all that kind of stuff. So they're still trying to make the fight happen. Both fighters verbally agreed. There seems to be a reluctancy from the PBC side of things to want to make a formal announcement, because the reality is Terence Crawford, you know, from his side of things, he's done all he can in his power to make this fight happen. I mean, at one point in time, he was told to get a belt. He did that. He was then told to fight a guy like Sean Porter. He stopped him. He was then told that he must take anything that was given and offered to him. He took a 65-35 split. He was also at one point told that Bob Arum was a problem with this fight and that he should leave Top Rank. He did that, and he sued Bob Arum. Okay, so he's taken every step possible to make this fight happen. Both fighters have verbally agreed to terms, but it seems like PBC doesn't believe in Errol Spence. They don't believe that he's capable of winning the fight, so they're doing what they can to make it seem like they've done everything they can to make things unfair for Crawford and not make the fight happen. And that's why they don't want to give a formal announcement, because they probably didn't think that Terence Crawford would ever take 35%. But Terence Crawford wanted to beat up on Errol Spence so badly that 35% is nothing. It's a small price to pay to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, and beat the brakes off of an inferior fighter like Errol Spence. So, you know, and listen, if he's not an inferior fighter, then tell PBC to make the fight happen. If he's not an inferior fighter to Terence Crawford, make the fight happen, because I've always thought Errol Spence wasn't on Terence Crawford's level, and I've held true to that to this very day. But the most recent news, and I've been rambling for 3 minutes, so I apologize for that, but the most recent news is that, you know, apparently, you know, Terence Crawford, as many of us have heard, has taken a smaller purse split with no guaranteed money, but he wants transparency related to event expenses. So not entirely sure what that means. Somebody can let me know in the comments. Maybe that just means what does that mean? Comp tickets, or I don't know what that means. He wants transparency with something, but it sounds like PBC doesn't want to give it to him. You know, he wants to make sure that his T's are dotted and his I's are crossed so far as the money and financials are concerned. That's what's holding up the fight. So sounds like Al Haymon, all parties involved, don't want the fight. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you guys were watching the channel back in June, I said that I don't give a damn about this fight anymore, because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And truth be told, I've been privy to some of the information, you know, that's been going on with the fight, and that kind of drew me back in. But I don't even care anymore. If you have any information about the fight, keep it to yourself. I don't care about this fight no more. It's clear to see that Errol Spence, and I'm going to say it's Errol Spence too, because he does deserve some blame in this. If the fight isn't happening, you know, he should just be telling Al, make this fight happen no matter what. Find a way to make this fight happen. But here we are, 300 plus days later. There's been no formal agreement from PBC. Boxing fans are getting impatient, and quite frankly, I'm impatient. So I'm gonna say it like this. And this is God's honest truth. This will be my last Crawford and Spence video, point blank, period. I don't even give a damn if they fight anymore. If they fight, cool. I'll probably watch it by myself. I'll probably illegally stream it. Being honest with you, just because like I don't really care, man. Al Haymon and PBC have wasted everybody's time. We've heard constant, ever since Terence Crawford became a thing in the welterweight division back in 2018, we've heard constant roadblocks. When you know, first he was told he hasn't gotten a belt. Then when he got the belt, they said he hasn't fought nobody. Then they said he was on a different side of the street. Then, you know, it's just been constant belligerent bullshit. And quite frankly, I don't care anymore. I don't care about this fight. I don't care about who wins the fight, because the reality is these two have been going back and forth for so long with this damn fight that they've allowed guys like Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz to come up and make some noise, and so much noise to the point where you can actually, and I'm gonna parrot what I said back in June or whenever I made that video. It's gotten to the point where literally, like, you can actually question who the two best welterweights are. And that's what it is. Crawford just turned 35 years old the other day. Errol Spence, you know, he's no spring chicken himself. Like, the best time for this fight to happen has been long past, since past due. We're about to go the whole calendar year of 2022, maybe December at the earliest, until we get this fight. And I'm letting everybody know now, like, I've spent enough time covering this fight. I feel like there's more things to talk about in boxing, fights that are happening, guys that do want to fight, unlike Errol Spence and Al Haymon, promoters that do want to make fights happen, unlike Errol Spence and Al Haymon. You know, isn't Errol Spence the same guy years ago that said on the phone, I'm my own manager, I'm my own promoter? So if he's his own manager and his own promoter, why are we here in damn near October of 2022 and there's still no formal agreement from PBC, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and our parties involved? If he's his own promoter, you know, man down promotions is his thing. What's the holdup, you know? I wish Errol Spence Jr. the best with his career. I don't wish ill will on him, but I just don't expect him to be here and care about what he's doing with his fights when there's so much other things in boxing you talk about. There's so many prospects and contenders who I haven't even had a chance to cover, and this whole situation, this hodgepodge of a situation, this mess, has taken away from maybe some upcoming fighters getting the shine they deserve. So I'm gonna focus my attention on that. This is my last video about Crawford Spence ever. I don't give a damn what happens. I don't care if Crawford knocks out Spence. If they fight, I don't care if the fight gets made and Spence knocks out Crawford. Who cares? Like, who gives a damn at this point? It's been drawn out and over marinated that much that I don't care. So yeah, if anybody in the boxing world who I know, and if they see this video, I'm talking directly to them. If you have any information for me about this fight, just keep it to yourself. I don't care anymore. I don't care about what I don't care about purse splits. I don't care about revenue. I don't care about, you know, any of that bullshit anymore. Al Haymon and Errol Spence don't want this fight. That's clear as me to see. This is one of the boringest freaking subjects in boxing to talk about. I'll focus my attention on, you know, fights that are actually happening and the actual things that go on in the boxing ring, because that ultimately, that's why I watch boxing. I don't watch boxing to constantly discuss the business and purse splits, and who cares? Like, who gives a fuck? I just want to see great fights. I want to see guys out there pushing the boundaries and pushing the limits to get the best out of their careers and see boxing at the highest level. I didn't start covering boxing to discuss financials every other video. So yeah, Crawford Spence, I'm closing the book on this fight. If you ask me about it, I'm not gonna answer. If the fight gets made, there will be no videos. If it happens, I will not be live for it. You know, this is it, and I'm leaving it at that. So take care.
And I think True School Sports, he's the truth, one of the best the best.
Ooh, the number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing too. You are spectacular, and
You know,
Thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing, and keep up the good work.